Yes.
All right.
He's rocking it.
Bob, how are you doing, good sir?
I'm doing good, guys. How you doing?
Good. We have a special guest with us on the live stream today. Who is with us?
Hey, Chad Elkins, 25th Century Games. Happy to be here.
Excellent. So, Bob, what are we playing today?
Today we are playing the 25th Century released Kickstarter Kingswood.
Nice.
We're going to go fight some monsters.
Answer the King's call.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay, so why don't you explain? We're going to go to the table view and we're going to check out what is going on the table. So what do we have here?
So we're about to get the game set up. So in order to set the game up, first thing we need to do is choose the locations that will be in play. For every single game, you will always include the forest, the blacksmith, the market, the academy, and the tavern. These are the key because these is where all your resources are going to be gathered that are essential to playing the game. What we also have in the game is a series of special locations. So what you'll do is pick one of these special locations and integrate it in with the base set. Now you can pick it at random. You can just, if you really want to play with a certain one for that gameplay, you can do it. We've all talked about it. I think we're going to actually play with the potion shop.
Yep.
But you've got things like the King's Castle. You've got the bakery, the Wizard's Tower, the Manor House, the Witch's Hut, and the Game Parlor. All of the art, very light and very fun. Artist on that was Tristram Rawson. All the different buildings, like the bakery, kind of integrates some loaves of bread to it. The Game Parlor, has some gaming dice and poker chips and stuff all integrated into the building. So it's very light, very fun. From a fantasy perspective, very family approachable. So since we chose the potion shop, we'll get rid of the other cards. And what we'll do is take them. We'll start and place the forest down. We'll mix up the rest of them. And then what we'll do is arrange them in a circular order around the table. Actually, I guess the camera's this way, so we'll try to do this. So as you can see, even though 5 of the locations are the same and there's only one special location, how it will mix up each game, add some gameplay, because it does make a difference which locations you're next to.
And this is important because of the rondel mechanic, correct?
Correct.
So these meeples, the 3D meeples, will move around this circular board.
Yep, so in the game you can move, it's a bi-directional rondel, so you can choose to go clockwise or counterclockwise, depending on what you want to do. We'll also go ahead and get the monster deck set up. There's a chapter 1 and a chapter 2 for the monster locations.
This is something I really like. So chapter 2, what you're doing is in chapter 1, you really need to work on having yourself ready for chapter 2. That's one of the things I really like about this game, is because if you don't prepare yourself, if you don't have the things that you need, chapter 2 is going to hurt you, real bad.
Yep. So the monsters in chapter 1 will be a little bit easier to fight. Chapter 2, they get a little more difficult and they'll need more resources. So it's designed that way so that as you kind of build your character going through chapter 1, you're ready to fight in chapter 2. But as Ryan said, if you don't really prepare well, chapter 2 is going to be a little tough.
Yeah.
And chapter 1 does scale by player count. So depending on if you're playing 2 players, 3 players, 4 or 5, chapter 1 will vary in the monsters that are there. Chapter 2 is constant across the board. Yeah. So you'll shuffle them, which we've already done. You will stack them, chapter 2, underneath 1. And the forest will always be filled. Make sure we got enough in the view there. The forest will always be filled with 3. So we had a misprint on the prototype card, so the Goblin Gang is only worth 2 victory points. Okay. So we'll explain the monster cards, then we'll talk about the locations here in a second. But the top title, what type of monster it is, and you've got the illustration work for that monster. The middle bar in the purple there, that's the resources it will take to defeat the monsters. So if you have I think you just picked up which one was that? The moon sprite. So if you see a coin on it, that will actually cost you a coin. And then if you see a resource, either a heart, a spellbook, or a sword.
Focus. What's your problem, Cat? There you go. There we go.
So if you see a heart, a sword, or a book,
yeah,
that means if you will actually exhaust them. Mm-hmm. So for example, if I had exactly what I would need to defeat the moon sprite, I would turn in the gold, and if I had an active sword, I would then turn it over to exhaust it. And so you don't lose these; it actually stays in with your character, and we'll go through that in a second.
I just want to mention something too that Chad and I were talking about earlier. The deluxe version of this is only $40, and it's coming with wooden tokens
That's cool.
and metal coins.
Yep. Very, very from a tactile perspective.
Yes.
Like the clanking of the wood and the coin, the little jingle
That
jangle
is
makes a
phenomenal.
huge difference,
Yes.
in your gameplay experience.
Yep.
Plus, what you see here again, just reiterate, this is all prototype. So if you see some misalignment on some of the tokens, this is all just from a single, creation model. The location cards themselves, these are standard deck size. Even in the base game, they are what we're going to produce. It will be an oversized card, so it'll be a little bit larger, just to kind of get more landscape for those locations.
Excellent.
But the monsters, will be standard poker-sized deck,
Okay.
as well as the characters.
Yeah.
We also all start with asymmetric character abilities
Yeah.
and different starting resources.
Before we get our characters, who is actually on the stream? So we know we've got Bob here. Bob! And then we've got Chad.
Hey there.
And we have
Hello.
Aaron.
Hey.
All right. And then we have myself. Whoa. Way too close.
Never.
Too close. All right. So what characters are we going with here?
So there are 6 different characters. We have the Murder of Crows, the Arcanum, and yes, Ryan, if you want to show position these so we can show them. The Silver Shield, the Treetop Order, the House of Music, and the Temple of Ancient
Struggling to,
Oaths. Struggling to focus.
Yeah, struggling.
And these all have different persistent character abilities, like such things as Ignore. The Kingsguard is, and I don't know if everybody's aware, but Kingsguard is going to block certain locations in the game, and there's a character ability in here that lets you actually ignore that, so when you move the meeple, you can go to the position and take actions where the Kingsguard is. There's the, what is the thief here? Is that the murder?
Yep.
The Murder of Crows actually lets you get extra cash at the market. And they all start with different variable resources as well. So, I don't know, do you guys want to deal these out at random?
Randomize them?
Yeah.
Unless you guys have a
For some
preference.
reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are all, to set kind of the game story up, we are each going to be playing as a guild, so we're kind of the guild leader representing that. So we're all going to be controlling and kind of issuing orders to a series of generic adventurers. None of us own, as our guild, any of the adventurers on the board. They're communal. But we are playing on behalf of our guilds. We are kind of the guild leader. Okay. What has happened is the king of Kingswood has issued a decree that the forest is being overridden with monsters and has challenged all the guilds in the town to come together and then basically venture out and defeat as many monsters as they can. So as you defeat monsters, each monster you defeat has a glory, fame value on them. That's your victory points. And so
we're shooting for 21, correct?
You're shooting for 20.
20.
Yeah, 20.
Which will trigger the end game.
I might need to correct that in our review.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think I said 21. My bad.
Close enough, but yeah, we'll play to 20. And once one guild reaches 20, we will finish out the round. So everybody has an equal number of turns. And then we'll score them up. And so you may actually trigger the end game, but not actually win the game.
Right.
And Tristram is on, and he says, hey.
Hey, Tristam!
Tristram.
So we're checking out Tristram's beautiful artwork for this game. He really
Excellent.
has crushed this game. Between Henry Audubon's fantastic design, you might know from Space Park and Parks, from Keymaster, another Georgia-based company. Really a fantastic designer. I think you'll see a lot more of Henry's designs coming out from different companies soon. But Henry and Tristan been a fantastic combo to work with. We've had a
And
lot of
Tristram,
fun.
I will say the artwork is beautiful.
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
It
Very
really
nice.
is.
Very.
So I've got Murder of Crows is my guild, and then so what I'm going to start with is I've got 3 coins here. Those are my 3 starting coins, and then I get 2.
Thank you.
Let me see. I've got 2 of these swords, and that is your sword, and then the back of the sword is your basically you've used it. So, all right. So are we?
These
good
have
to-
starting locations, correct?
That's correct.
Yes.
So the adventurers will always start on the blacksmith, the tavern, and the academy.
Okay.
That's the 3 locations where you can purchase, the 3 standard locations where you can purchase either swords, spell books, or hearts.
Okay.
The King's Guard at the beginning will start in the middle, and once the first player takes their turn, that will then get
They'll
assigned
place
to the
it
board.
where they left from. Correct.
Correct. So on your turn, you're going to basically do two things. You're going to select an adventurer. Whenever you select it, you may choose to do the action where you start from.
Yeah.
And then you'll move that adventurer to another space. Again, it's bi-directional, so you can choose whichever route you want to go. You can choose to go to the next location at no cost. So if I was to leave the tavern and go to the potion shop, that I could do that for free. Then I could take the action at the next location. So every turn you could take two actions.
Okay.
You don't have to do it if you just choose not to, but you can do two. If, for example, the potion shop was blocked, and basically how a location gets blocked, when I were to go here, take this action, the King's Guard blocks a location that I started from. So for the next person's turn, if Bob was going after me, Bob could not access the tavern.
Okay.
You also can't go to a location where there's an existing meeple. So let's just say I was on the tavern. The potion shop is blocked, and I really want to get to the market. So as an example, on my turn, I could activate the tavern. At the tavern, actually the blacksmith and the academy, they're all the same but different resources. I can either choose to spend a coin to buy a brand new heart, or if I have multiple hearts that are exhausted, because I've used them in the forest, I could spend a coin to bring these back to their active side.
Okay.
So as you're early on, you're pretty much going to be buying resources, right? Because you're not going to just refresh one, you can just buy one, because when you buy them, they come into the game active.
Okay.
But at some point, you'll kind of hit a tipping point for that resource, where you kind of just want to start using them and then bringing them back into play.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
When you use a coin here to refresh, do you only get to refresh one resource or all?
Great question. You can resource all. So
Okay.
if I had 3 exhausted hearts, one coin would bring all 3 hearts
Okay,
back into
that's
play.
great.
Which is why the difference between, if I've got one that's exhausted, you would never just want to refresh
probably
the
wanna
one.
buy one.
Just want to
Right.
buy one.
Yeah.
But if I've got 3, well, maybe if I'm still in building mode, I might buy.
Yeah.
Or if I'm in, just if I want to go back into the forest and fight, I may just choose to refresh. So it's up to you. So in this case, I now need to move. So I've done the tavern, I've paid my coin, I've gotten a heart, and I really want to go to the market. Well, the King's Guard's blocking here, and so I've got to skip over that to get to the market. So for every card I skip, it costs me a gold coin.
Yep.
So,
Okay. So these are skipped cards even when you're going across meeples.
Correct. So if I want to
Okay.
go from the tavern to the forest, if that's where I wanted to go. It would make a difference which direction I went. Either way, I would still skip 2 cards, and it
Okay.
would cost me $2.
Okay.
But if I really wanted to get to the forest to go fight monsters, maybe it's worth it. That's the decision you have to make.
Okay.
Can you skip a card with no one on it?
You can. Yeah, so if
however many.
for example,
Do you
let's
still
say
pay
I'm
for
here.
it, though?
Yes.
You do. So if
Okay.
I was here and I wanted to go to the market, even though I could go here for free, totally accessible, I can pick it up, go to here, and it still costs me a coin.
Okay.
Okay.
But now when I get to the market,
It's still a
I'm
net
getting
too.
3.
Right,
So,
right.
yeah,
It's still
so-
a net
It's
too.
worth-
So.
yeah.
Okay.
But those are decisions you'll have to make as you're working through. Really, it's every time it gets to your turn, you've got to really figure out tactically what's the best, most optimal thing for me to do on my turn.
Okay.
Because it's kind of a race to see you get 20 points, and so you may go resource light and just really bouncing in and out of the forest for 1 or 2 monsters at a time.
Yeah.
Or you could spend a lot of time building up resources, then go in there and just clean house, and then so
The
it's
interesting
it's up to
thing about this, though, and the collecting resources and having more than you need is that once you go into the forest, you're allowed to fight as many monsters that
Yeah.
you can afford to
Yeah.
fight that are in
correct.
there.
Yep.
So
So
you can go in. You can get a lot of resources on yourself. Go in, and just wipe
Just
out
wipe
all
it
of
out.
and take out all 3.
Yep.
Yeah, and what's nice is, so let's talk about the forest. So when you go into the forest, again, we talked about how you defeat the monsters. So each of them is also, in addition to their point value, is going to have an ability. When you defeat that monster, that ability triggers immediately. It's a one-time ability trigger, but it happens immediately. So in the instance here, let's say I went in and beat the Goblin Gang. Well, I'd exhaust a heart and a sword to beat the Goblin Gang. So now I have it. If I had a book and a coin, and I defeated the Sun Sprite, what do I get to do immediately? Refresh a heart.
Refresh a heart.
So the heart that I just spent defeating this Goblin Gang, I would immediately get back
Yeah.
and bring into play. And then if I defeated the Moon Sprite, well, the ability there is to refill the forest.
Can you fight again?
So if I refill the forest, and now it's 3 more would come out to refill it up, and I could just keep fighting.
That's
Wow.
awesome. Yeah.
Okay.
That's really cool.
All right.
So when you defeat them, though, they don't automatically refill. It's only when your
It's
turn
only
is
at the end of the
over,
turn, yep.
which is why refilling the forest
Yeah.
could be a big deal. You could pop in here and knock out the one, take out the moon sprite, refill 2 more, and then have access to those 2
Yeah.
as well.
Okay.
That's right.
Excellent.
Another option on the turn, we talked about the tavern, the blacksmith, and the academy. This is where you're either buying one or refreshing. The forest, where you fight monsters, of course. The market is where you get your money, so you would get 3 coins here. And the potion shop, this is our special location for this game. So in the potion shop, you can, I can spend 1 gold if I've got, let's say, all 3 of these that have been spent. I can now spend 1 gold to bring each of those in play.
Okay.
If, for example, I only had a book and a sword that were exhausted, I could still spend a coin and only just bring in those. So you don't have to do all 3, but you can
And
go up to those.
5 of these locations are persistent starting locations, and 1 is an extra special. How many extra special locations are included in the game?
There are 7 in the game.
7 in the
Yep.
game.
So you've
Okay.
got 12 total locations. That
Okay.
again, they'll always be mixed up from a spread standpoint.
Okay.
So we're should be ready to go. Everybody has their starting resources.
Yes.
You've got your
Ready to
characters.
go.
Yep.
What we'll do is we need to figure out who the starting player is going to be.
Not Ryan.
Not Ryan. So we will award Aaron the starting
Yes.
player. So
Alright.
Aaron will get the King's favor. So
Alright.
for the game itself, this is a crown meeple. If you back the Kickstarter, we actually have a special coin.
Yes.
The King's favor coin. It's a double-sided. It's really, really beautifully detailed coin. It features. One side of it features the part of the box cover art, and the back side features the King's favor with like a sword through it. It's a really, really cool design.
That's awesome.
So it will serve as like an alternate to this. But either way, all the copies, even later on, will always come with a
I'm
a
definitely
start.
excited about that metal starter coin.
Definitely,
Because it's oversized, right? Is it oversized?
It'll be we're going at 19 millimeters, which is an
Okay.
inch and a half. So it'll
Awesome.
be and the coins here will be an inch. So
Okay.
it'll be a little
A little bit
larger in diameter,
Yeah.
so you can identify it a little easier.
Awesome.
But it's going to be awesome.
So this is going to go where I lead from, right?
No, that's yours.
Alright,
That
that's
that
yours.
identifies
Oh,
you
that's
as the
fine.
starting
Okay.
player, so
Got
that
it.
way we know we'll
Okay.
finish the
You can
round
choose
out.
one
So-
of these and move to.
Okay, so I'm going to start here, and I'm
Okay.
going to pay a coin, and I'm going to get a heart, and then I'm going to move him here. Let's see. Because if I moved him here, I'd have to pay.
Cost you
correct?
2.
Yeah,
But
so
here though, keep in mind,
Here
like you don't
I
have
can't
nothing
do
to refresh.
anything,
Yeah.
right? So
If-
actually, I'm going to pay another coin to go here,
There you
skip
go.
to get
and
the
then I'm
bucket.
going to
There you
get.
go. And you get 3, Aaron.
Actually, I could have just kept that.
Yeah, and you got
Okay.
2.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then now the Kingsguard will go to the starting location.
Okay.
And that is blocked.
Now that's blocked.
Except for.
No one has the
Does
cleric.
No one has
Nope.
the cleric. Okay.
So the cleric can actually ignore that. So we didn't talk about one other thing you can do in your turn. So you can either choose to do the 2, to move a character and do it twice, or if you really are just kind of stuck and can't access what you want to do, you can just pick up the Kingsguard, move it to the middle, and collect 2 coins. So that's not an optimal move, but if you're just kind of stuck and you can't do anything, at least you can try to collect 2 coins. That
I
turn.
have been in that situation where that has been
It comes up.
the necessary move for me.
Yeah.
So,
Now,
Especially
now
if
it's
you're
like-
in a
it's like-
jam for money.
Yeah, if you're out of cash.
And the only meeple has to skip a spot or 2 spots to go, and you actually can't move him. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
it can come into play. And
But when you do that, though, keep in mind, like I have now moved that Kingsguard off of the locations,
Yeah.
which
Yes.
means I'm actually giving a benefit to the next player
Yeah.
because now Bob, on his turn, has nothing that's blocked.
Yeah.
Any location on the board you could activate on your turn.
yeah, okay.
Right, so the
So yeah,
Kingsguard's on the
Kingsguard
tavern.
is on the tavern,
And then so then
it is on Chad. Right?
yeah, and that will start. So I will. First thing I'm going to do is grab. Let's see. I am going to purchase. I'm going to activate the academy. So I'm going to purchase a book. And then I'm going to move into the forest. I'm going to jump right into it and defeat some bad guys. So now I've got these 3 choices. I only have 2 coins, a heart, a book, and a sword. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the heart and the sword to defeat the goblin gang.
Nice.
And so because of my ability, as the knight, the silver shield, when I defeat the first monster in the forest, no matter what that monster is, I get to automatically refresh a sword.
Oof.
Nice. Okay.
Okay.
So now I've got a sword, a book, and 2 coins. So I will actually use the book and the coin to grab the sun sprite which will now refresh my heart. Then I will use the coin and the sword to grab the moon sprite.
Really, Chad?
Yeah.
And just like that,
Really,
off the
Chad?
bat, took it down. So
Okay, now
Alright,
that
so now you get to
refills
refill.
because of
It will
the
refill.
ability of defeating
But the good part
moon
is he's
sprite.
only got a heart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's only got a heart.
so that would naturally refill.
Yeah.
But at this point now, I have nothing left to fight.
Yeah.
And I'm penniless. So it is done. The King's Guard will now move to the Academy. And then now at the end of your turn, you would normally refill the forest, but it is full to 3, and that's the max. And so we'll stop there.
Okay.
And Bob's up.
All right. So I like money. So let's see
what he wants.
here.
Just being honest.
You know what? I'm actually going to now. I have an interesting character ability of the Arcanum. I can actually skip cards without paying any money.
Oh.
So I need to make
That's
sure.
a very
that.
powerful ability.
It is,
Yeah.
and all of the abilities of these characters are actually very powerful. So I actually need to make sure I exercise and use that ability to its full advantage. So in this case, I'm going to take $3, skip that for free, and come over here and pay one of those dollars to grab a heart. So
really
I will
good.
take 2 and a heart, and then the King's Guard will move over to the market.
Okay.
And now Ryan can't get money.
Exactly. I get my special ability, I actually get an extra $1.
That's right. The
because-
thief.
When I go to the market. So I would have
But
liked.
you
I
can.
can't do it. I can't do it. But
It's like
I
every turn, your
will-
job is to leave the market.
Yes.
Always keep him
Keep the
from
guard
not.
there.
I'm going to go ahead and get go from here, and then I'm going to skip over this location. So
But you're paying
I'm
$1.
going to pay $1 for that location. I'm going to pay $1 for the heart right here, and then this is where I ended. I'm actually going to pay $1 for a book also. So
And you are penniless.
Also,
Still
like me, totally broke.
totally right. And then King's Guard goes back to the
tavern.
tavern where I came from, and my turn is over.
Okay. So I can start from the forest, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and immediately fight right away.
Okay. So my ability, what is it?
Now, if she leaves the forest, you always resolve the first action first, correct?
Yeah.
Correct. Just so,
So
you're,
she couldn't leave and go to the market, get money,
and then use
And
the
then-
card.
okay.
right.
So the exact sequence, because that turn order does become important. Like, when does the King's Guard move? When does it not? When can you activate the abilities? Because if you don't have any money and you wanted to skip over to get to the market, you can't use the market that you just reached
pay for
to
your
pay
skip
for the card you
card.
skipped.
Okay.
So you're going to have to do. So you'll activate, resolve, move, choose to resolve if you want as well.
Yeah.
Activate resolve, then put the blocker. So
Okay.
in the movement process, you would have activated here first. If you were to skip, then you'd pay, then you land, then do that. So you can't switch the order around.
Yep.
My special ability says draw a 4th monster when you activate the forest. So if I'm here, I'm activating the forest, right?
Yep,
So
so
I
you would
can
turn
put
it over.
another one out. And this is another ghost. Worth 1 bonus fame point if you have defeated it away. Okay. So I am going to purchase the defeat the Goblin
Right.
Gang. And that is a heart and a sword. And
Nope.
that's all I'm gonna do. That's all I'm gonna
Now-
do this turn.
Activating the forest, is that also a not a mandatory action? Is that a may?
It's a May. So,
Okay, so if you wanted to go here but not skip anything, you could activate the forest, come here, and just run that. Right?
so she
Okay.
could have chosen to not.
to not
not
do
enter the
anything,
forest?
but still
But-
activate the forest by moving from it.
Yep.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I've moved here, so I'm gonna take that ability and get 3.
So in no way are you ever forced to take an action.
Correct. So
Even when you move, you're never forced.
You may do the action at the place. So if she didn't want to fight in the forest and just wanted to move off of the forest, that's not necessarily activating the forest. She's not. So in that
Okay.
case, the 4th monster never would have come
Okay,
out.
that was
Right.
where eventually I was going to lead to. Was she's activating the forest and her
because
ability says,
she went in there to go fight a monster.
so by taking that and moving from it, she's not actually activating it. She's denying the action to move to the next one.
That's
Okay.
correct. Yep.
Awesome.
And then the
Excellent.
Kingsguard blocks.
Yep.
Because any of the abilities are always a may. Like
Okay.
you may choose to do it, or you can just leave from it.
Okay.
And
Alright.
of course, leaving from it moves the blocker there.
Okay, cool.
Just a reminder, anybody on the stream, if you post a comment in the stream, you are entered in to win a copy of Kingswood, the standard edition from the Kickstarter. Chad has been generous and is offering a copy to one of our viewers. So thank you so much.
Yes.
Does that work for me? Or?
No, you cannot. You cannot.
No, Bob.
I'm already kickstarting the deluxe version.
There you
anyway,
go.
so-
Yeah, you want those coins.
Yeah, I need those coins.
All right, since I am broke, the best thing for me to do is going to be a start at the market, of course. So I will grab 3 coins at the market. And now, actually, what's interesting is I could choose to either go to the potion shop for free, and I could refresh 2 things, or I could skip and start purchasing. So you know what? I'm going to save my money, spend it, and then go and refresh these 2.
Yeah, that's a nice spot.
And then I will move the King's Guard, and then you're up. So as you can see, turns are quick. I mean, there's
Yeah.
no, unless you really kind of get bogged down at the start of your turn based on how it was left for you, you should have a general idea of what you want to do. It's just whether or not that's going to be blocked.
Okay.
And
out.
that's actually very good for families because I think sometimes kids may not know, oh, what move do I want to do? But I think when we've played with Kendall and I think we've played with Josiah, each time they had no problem.
Right.
I mean,
It
was
went
very
pretty fast.
clear.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am going to go from the potion shop, and I'm going to exercise the counter rondelle and go back to the forest, not having to pay a coin because of my character ability. And I'm going to exercise. I cannot exercise the. Well, I can, but I have nothing. I have nothing exhausted.
You haven't fought yet.
So I'm just running to the forest real quick and I will move the Kingsguard here just to signify. I'm running to the forest real quick just to fight that ghost. I do have a heart and a book, which I will exhaust, and I will grab that ghost.
Got it. Ghost busting.
And then that, I cannot fight any other... Can I fight? No, I can't.
No,
I can't fight any other
Restore
monsters.
the book.
So another one will roll out into the forest. And let's see, what bonus if you have... Okay, so I need to find a wraith.
Yep. So
This ghost that I just defeated is worth extra victory points if I defeat a wraith out of that forest.
So it's good to bring up. So they're the ghosts, the goblin gang, as well as the toll troll.
Yeah.
They are basically minions of a stronger boss, and so the stronger bosses are all in chapter 2.
Okay.
So early on, if you're really kind of collecting a lot of ghosts or a lot of goblins, if that boss version were to come out, you really want to get to that forest to go get it as quickly as possible because what's going to happen is if for every minion of that boss you have, it's a bonus victory point. So now this ghost that Bob just defeated, instead of being 2, will be worth 3 points at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Of course, it also makes that if a person is overloaded with a certain type, if that boss comes out, now everybody else is thinking, I need to get there to get that boss so that other person doesn't get it.
Yeah.
So it becomes more of a defensive strategy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now, Bob, did you already move the King's Guard?
I did.
did.
Okay,
Yep, I
great.
did.
I'm going to go ahead and go from this location right here. I'm going to go ahead and pay a heart and a spell book, defeat the ghost.
Stop taking the ghost.
Sorry, man.
If you had the money, you get the moon sprite.
I needed the money, but nothing. So he's going to move on over here. I get $4 because of my special ability.
That's right.
And then.
Oh, you thief! I
that's
forgot about
it.
that.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, the extra buck is nice. I mean,
Yeah.
keeping some level of cash at all times is really kind of the key to this because you don't really because almost everything takes money when you're in the town, and a lot of the monsters take money. So it is if you're empty,
Ooh,
it
that
can,
ice
it can
ball.
hurt.
The ice ball. So this is an interesting.
3
read.
victory points.
This is it gives you 3 victory points, but what it's saying here is that you have to have 3 hearts, and then one of the hearts gets discarded permanently from the game. So
So the ice ball and the fireball both are really unique in the sense we talked about. None of the resources ever leave; they just go to an inactive, exhausted side. Ice ball and fireball because
They're so strong.
they're so strong and they will damage you whenever you defeat them.
Yeah.
So you do lose a heart there, but it's worth an extra victory point.
So I have a quick question. Say I don't want to take this action. I want to take this action and then that one. Can I pay a coin to skip off of that and make that my starting location, or do I have to take this action?
Stop trying to cheat, Erin.
I know. I'm just clarifying here. I'm just clarifying.
Yeah, if the meeple is not on it,
Right.
that can't be your first action. So your first action has to be one of the 3 where the
Gotcha.
meeple is
Okay.
at.
So I'm going to start off from here. I'm going to pay a coin. I'm going to get a book. And then I'm going to actually pay a coin to skip over this.
Right. Land in the tavern.
There. And then I'm going to pay a coin to refresh.
You only refresh
You
the one,
should-
you should
you
buy
should
one.
buy
I'm
one.
going to buy it. That's
Yeah,
a
you
good
should buy one
idea. I'm
instead.
going to buy it.
Because it
Okay.
comes in active, so essentially it'd be
You're
the
right.
same thing.
That's right. Okay. And I'm done.
And then you'll
I need to move.
Yep, block her
let's see,
from
right
the academy, right? That's where you
there.
started?
Yes.
No, the
Oh, you
forest.
start-
Right?
No. I started
You
here
started
because
the
I
academy,
got
'cause she
a
bought a book.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you... Okay.
Yeah, she went this way.
Yep.
All right. So I feel like
Tristan is trying to win a copy of.
Hey, Tristan, I'll get you a copy, man. We'll make sure you get one, even deluxe. You know.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do. Oh man, I feel like I just need to get cash just to have it on hand. But I can't really do
got
much
so much
in the
money.
forest. All right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get cash. Grab myself my 3.
I was gonna say, if you don't take the money, Chad,
I
I'm taking the
know,
money.
I gotta do it. So now I'll stop you from taking money. So then I will go into the forest. So now I've got plenty of cash. What I'll do is first thing I'm gonna do is defeat.
Oof.
I can't do the ice ball. I've only got 1 heart.
Hit that moon spirit.
Yeah, what I could just do is knock out that. The moon sprite, which will exhaust that, cost me a coin. It will refill the forest.
Ooh.
But hold on.
Uh-oh.
I defeated the moon sprite, and my first monster is defeated,
Oh,
which
that's
means
right.
I get to
That's
refresh the
right.
sword.
Silver shield.
So now the small dragon
Yes.
is available,
Oh.
and
And you get a coin?
and I get a coin.
Wow.
What?
Big
That-
time,
that
big
was
time.
good.
That was a big move. All right,
You
that
played this
is-
before?
I know, right?
And then now my turn's over. We refill the forest. I know. So that was a quick
That was
run.
wow.
there.
That's a good
Yeah.
one.
Problem is though, if you look at it looks like I've kind of come out to a quick lead, which this can happen. So you'll see like a swing up. The problem is you guys are actually building resources. I've got
Yeah.
literally 1 of each.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So I'm gonna have to at some point start spending time in the town buying more of these because
That's one
I
thing,
need a
That's one
sword.
thing I've noticed is
So-
the person who gets out to that early lead, it doesn't mean they're going to win because
Nope.
they have to go back and they have to spend all their time
Right.
gathering resources.
So I need
So it's whether you do it
resources.
in
I
the
got
beginning
cash.
or at
So
the
let's
end.
go spend it. So I'm going to move from the blacksmith to the academy. I'm going to spend $1 to get a sword. And then I'm going to spend another $1 since I'm loaded to get a book and then move the Kingsguard.
I didn't realize being the wizard was so profitable over there
Yeah,
on that
right.
money.
All right, let's see.
Just crafting potions that I'm selling.
That's right, at the potion shop.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep.
Okay, I think this is a good decision.
They don't even do
Let's go
anything. They
from-
just taste
Let's go
good.
from the forest here. I'll start at the forest. Let me go ahead and take out this moon sprite. I've got a sword. I'm going to exhaust the sword and $1. Takes the moon sprite, and her ability is refill the forest. So I'm going to refill the forest.
Troll.
Boom!
Nice.
That's what I'm
Oh,
talking
look at that. $3.
about. $3.
Wow.
All
Now
right.
he's broke again.
And I'm broke again. But the good part
But
is
you paid the troll.
I traveled over to the market
get
and
money.
gained $4.
Wow.
So
Thief.
I'm loaded again.
Look at that.
Oh, ghost.
There we go.
Okay, let's see here. I'm actually going to... Oh, I can't leave from the forest. Okay. I'm going to leave from the market, and I'm going to get 3 coins. And I'm going to go up this way. I'm going to pay a coin,
Get some
and
cards, some money over here.
I'm going to refresh my sword and my heart.
You guys can
And
make it easier
there it
to
goes.
reach.
And I'm done.
Nice.
All right.
Take a closer look at some of these sweet, sweet ghosts and ice balls.
All right. I've got to get some resources. Like I am just.
You got tons of cash.
I know. I got
Yeah.
plenty of it to do. So I think I'm just going to go. I'm going to start here. I'm at the tavern, to the blacksmith, spend $2, get myself some fortitude, some liquid courage at the tavern, and then I will grab a sword and blocked.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in like rebuilding mode now. It's going to slow me down.
So, man, I want. Let's. Ah, the Kingsguard is on the tavern. Oh, you know what? Okay. Let's do that. That'll give me. Okay. All right. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to leave the potion shop, pay a coin, refresh my heart and my book, not pay a coin to skip the market.
Oh, he's going to
Head
fight.
into the forest.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
What's he doing?
So I am going to exhaust a heart and a book
Look at those resources.
and
I
a
know, right? He's
heart
got time.
and a book.
He's
And now I wish I had 3 hearts, but I don't. And Chad blocked the tavern, so I couldn't grab it. But
Two ghosts,
I did
though. Yeah.
defeat.
Two
Now,
ghosts.
if
That's
I
great.
defeat 1 wraith,
Be 3 extra
every
hearts.
single
bonus
one of
for
these is
every
worth an
one.
extra.
That's great.
So, and there are 2 wraiths in Chapter 2 deck.
Okay.
If you were to get both wraiths,
It's
you would
plus
get
two?
plus one again.
That's really cool.
So
Okay,
you'd
alright,
have
cool.
6 bonus points.
So
just for getting
6
to 8.
here, potentially 6 more, so 12 potentially if I do. Okay, cool.
So, and of course,
Okay.
now that we've seen you collecting all these ghosts, it
You're
is
trying
our duty
to
as
stop me
Kingswood
from-
Guild folk to make sure it doesn't
You
happen.
guys don't gotta worry about. You don't gotta worry about.
You're like,
that.
play your own game, man. Play your own
Yeah,
game.
yeah, yeah. Don't look at these ghosts over
That's
here.
right.
Let's see where I'm going here. I don't have much going on resource-wise, so I really need to do something about that. Let us see. Let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and pay $1. I'm going to pay $1 at the blacksmith, and I'm going to get another sword. Okay, and then I'm going to travel, skip this location with $1,
Yep.
and hit this location.
Oh, you get perfect too, because you got
And-
exactly one of each.
One of each.
Maximizing
I'm
that
flipping
buck.
all over.
Nice.
So I only have $1, but I feel okay about it. Kingsguard moves over to the blacksmith. My turn's over.
Yeah, but you picked up a resource and
Yeah.
you refreshed 3.
I did,
One
yeah.
of each, which is really, really nice.
Yeah, that was
So-
a good. I feel good about that move.
That was good.
Yep.
Like now we're all done patting around on the back for us.
Okay, good
We'll,
job.
you know,
Okay.
That was an awful
So-
move, Ryan. I have
Terrible,
no idea
dude.
why.
Terrible.
It was
It's terrible.
I'm activating the forest, so my special abilities, I can draw a 4th monster. So
Yep.
here is the Goblin Gang right there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to defeat I'm going to defeat the small dragon
Oh,
first.
come on.
What? Okay,
Okay.
so a heart, a sword, and a book. So they're turned over. I take him, and I gain a coin right away. And then I am going to defeat the Sun Sprite with a book and a coin. And when I take the Sun Sprite, I get to refresh one of my
Refresh a heart.
hearts. There it is. And
Can you take out
How many
the-
hearts do you have?
I only have 2,
Ooh,
so I can't
yeah.
do the
Oh, but
ice
nice, because
ball.
then you could have refreshed your books. if you
Yeah.
defeat
Oh,
the,
yeah,
the
that
ice
would have
ball.
been really
So, yeah, you
great.
do lose a heart there, but if you've got several books,
Yeah.
you know, that's
Oh, yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So I'm going to go to the market and get some money.
And then
And that is
the
it.
forest gets blocked.
Thank you. Okay. And we'll
Which
bring
is
him
good
out.
for
No monsters for Chad.
I got a heart and a sword. I could do that, though. I could do that.
Yeah, yeah.
All right,
We don't
let's
need
see.
you getting 3 more points.
Yeah,
That's right. Well, actually, 2. That was a little mispronoun.
Oh,
that's it,
yeah,
yeah.
I forgot to X that one out before we started. All right, so let's see. Yeah, I feel like I'm still in resource mode. I feel like I just got to do it, and I don't want to pay money to skip to leave the market. So I'm just going to start. I need a book. I'm going to do a book and a sword. So I'm going to do there. So new book, new sword, and
All right.
All right.
Oh man. Okay. Well,
You got this, Bob.
all my resources are exhausted,
Oh, yeah.
but man, I wish I could. Let's see. What's this? This is swords. I don't really need a second sword. I'm looking for hearts. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. I got exactly $2. Okay. I'm gonna leave here. Pay $1 to refresh a book and a heart. And then I'm gonna pay my other $1 to grab a heart. Does anybody else have 3 hearts right now?
nope,
Oh.
no
Good.
one does.
Alright.
You look good.
Good. And then that potion shop gets blocked.
All right. I feel good about the move here.
Yeah, yeah.
Going from here, market,
Get that
special
money.
ability,
$4.
$4, getting $4, getting paid, and doing this in the right order. It's gonna work out. So
Oh,
sword
yep.
and heart, sword and heart right here. Exhaust those 2, and then I'm going to go ahead and do this one, which is spell book,
And
$1.
And you get
and then I get to refresh my heart.
Get the heart
So I
back.
get to refresh that
Nice.
heart. I really just want some more monsters to show up, but that's going to be okay. So I went from here to there. This guy goes here, and I'm done.
How many
refill the
points do you have,
forest.
bro?
Points, let me check.
Let's see. Oh.
Got
Is
one.
it have you seen anyone ever
Okay.
score 20 points before chapter 1 is over?
I've got
Nah,
eight.
No.
it's impossible.
It's impossible. Okay, mathematically impossible.
Yeah, by the time chapter 2 rolls around, because the way we've kind of balanced the chapter 1 deck, you may have some variance in the player count,
Yeah.
but by the time that you kind of make that turn, most players are going to have somewhere around like the 8-point mark.
Okay. Okay.
And then that's now somebody may have 10, some may have like 6, but on an average, it will end up being about 8 a person.
Okay.
So then at that point, you go into chapter 2. And then that's where it will escalate, especially if you've got people like yourself that have got 3 ghosts, or
Okay.
3 goblins, 3 trolls. Then you can see that point total really jump quick if they can get the boss.
Okay, I'm gonna activate the forest and use my special ability to bring out another monster.
Well, they're a goblin. Look
Um,
at all that money you got.
goblin. Sorry, yes.
Oh, Aaron, what are
so-
you doing? How do you have so much money?
I know. I'm not even sure how.
I don't know. I just keep.
She's been sitting there
collecting
hitting that market all the time. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even notice it.
So I'm going to defeat the toll troll
Yeah.
for 3
Town cam
right there.
here.
Town came.
Town
And
cam.
I've got
Showing Maple's side
Nice.
profile.
I feel like I need like a turkey leg.
and then I'm going to leave from the forest and go to the academy and spend a coin to refresh my 2 books. And I'm done.
Okay.
All right. Oh, so look at the ice ball and the fireball.
Wow.
It's blocked for me anyway, but
Yeah.
I didn't have a third heart to even potentially get one of those
And
two.
I still need to refresh a heart, so.
I got ice. In that case, on that note, I am going to try to buy. Oh, I'm also. I only got $1.
I have no money.
I can't even get to the market to go get more coins.
Would you like to borrow some?
Say, I don't need your pittance.
funny.
No charity from over there.
So much interest.
Can I have a loan, please?
That's right. All right.
0%.
And where's the banking guild? I need like that.
Right.
in the game. All right, so I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna spend a coin. I'm gonna buy a heart, and then I'm just gonna move to the potion shop. And I don't have any money to activate it because now I am poor, and so my turn is done. Not optimal, but it does get me the potential to have the third heart now, which is
Okay.
what I need.
So I have no money, and nobody is giving me money because there's nothing on the market. Do I just... I think this is the point where I do. Because if I don't... I need money to do everything right now.
Yep.
Because I don't think that I can... Let me see.
But again, like
Heart.
I know what you're thinking.
So
You're thinking of
hearts-
pulling the King's
I
Guard
am.
off,
I'm-
but don't forget your special ability. So you can skip.
That's right.
And
My
even
special
without it,
ability, I
though,
can skip.
Even if you didn't want the special ability, you could just leave
I
the
could
potion
just leave
shop,
that
go
and
get
there,
the
money.
and get the 3.
Yeah.
So
true,
really,
true.
this is
Okay.
pulling it off to get $2
Okay.
is really very situational. It is a place where you can't get to the market because
Super desperate.
Yeah, so it really you can't get to the market at all because you're one way from the market and it's open. You can always get to the market.
Yeah.
You may not be able to do something in the first action, but you can always get
Okay.
there. Or the market's just blocked, and you just need the cash, and you just pull them off the
Yep.
market. That's
Alright.
basically the only
Then
reason.
yeah,
I
that's a
use it.
better way because doing this would benefit
two.
everyone else and get me 2, but doing this and just not taking that action would get me 3. So
Yeah.
that is a better. So I will go there and just take a money turn, get 3 coins, get set up, and block that.
Cool. Folks in the comments are really enjoying the gameplay. Remember, there is a link, kingswood.games. You can go to the Kickstarter right now and back it, or you can make a comment in the live stream and have a chance to win a copy of this great game.
And also, Dustin, this is not the final version
Yes.
either.
Yep.
So the components will look a little bit different than this.
So from here, $4.
Yeah, this is just
These
a
are
prototype.
these are 3D printed yourself. These
that
will
your
be
special?
these will be
Yep.
wooden.
This will be wooden. Yep.
And you'll also have the first player marker, which is the coin.
Yep. The location cards will be a little
The
bigger.
location cards will be
Yep.
bigger. Yep.
Okay. Killed the Goblin Gang with a heart and a sword, and I'm loaded with money.
And you got a ton of
I
it.
am
Braggart.
done.
What you don't have is hearts.
I don't have hearts, which I need.
Yeah, no fortitude, but you got plenty of cash.
Okay, I'm gonna leave from the blacksmith. I'm gonna pay a coin to get a sword, and I'm going to go this way, and I'm gonna get another heart. I'm done.
And that
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Blacksmith is now blocked. Man, I'm out of cash again. It's like a recurring theme. I don't know.
Ryan's got some.
Oh, that's okay. You know, I can. I know, right? Show off over there. But you know what? I can. So I can do this though. So I don't have enough hearts to defeat the ice ball, the fireball, but I do have one of each resource type.
Going into cash cam.
No, no cash.
Cash cam.
Cash cam.
We're gonna see how heavy this, how high this builds.
The table's gonna like start sloping.
Yeah.
All that coin over there. All right.
So weighty.
So I'm gonna start with the forest. Small dragon takes
Is that your second small dragon?
Yeah, that's
one of
a
each.
second.
Wow.
One of each. So I'll knock that out.
Oh,
That, which gets me a single coin, and then I will go to the market.
I need to find that wraith.
yeah.
Bling, $3 more bucks.
You know, as soon as it's coming out, we're gonna kill it, right?
Oh, so we're actually so chapter 2
Yeah,
starting
we
up.
started
Nice.
chapter 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Toll Troll.
Okay.
So,
All right.
Okay, some
Okay.
refreshing.
Yeah. Sure. Get more money. 2, 3, and pay a coin to refresh. I don't have a sword refresh, but now I got my 3 hearts.
You're a little
Does
sword-
anybody
you're a
else?
little sword
No,
like-
Aaron. What are you doing?
Erin is like quietly building quite the machine over there. She's got all these resources. She's already defeated
No,
like
there's-
4 things.
There's no player blocker.
He left,
Yeah.
left the market.
Oh yeah, that's from the market.
good.
So now the forest
This
open for
helps
you.
me. That's what I'm
That's
talking
what.
about.
That's
Because
what
you want that
guys
toll
need to-
troll.
Yeah, I want that Toll Troll.
Oh, Ryan, come on.
You need to make that a
potion
Kickstarter,
shop.
a stretch goal.
Oh, so you're gonna start there instead of the academy.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna skip over.
We
pay
got all that
$1
money.
for the skip. I don't need more money. And then I'm gonna go ahead and buy off that Toll
Think of it
Troll.
right there. I don't need
Don't
money.
need more money.
Don't need more money. And then I'm there. The guy goes there.
Can we make that a Kickstarter stretch goal, Chad?
Alright.
Player
Okay.
screens,
Let's
so nobody
see.
can see how much I have.
So it's everything is open knowledge.
Yeah, I know.
And one of the ideas for a we've actually revealed several of the first few stretch goals already.
Oh, really?
And so one of the later stretch goals that's not currently in plan
Okay.
because it's so expensive. We're actually going to look at adding a score
another
track
fireball.
with
Oh.
like each guild have its own like
Oh, wow.
token, and you can kind of keep track of the points. So
Okay.
it's easier to kind of see the point value.
Nice.
It's one of those things where like because it's open knowledge, it's not required for the
Yeah,
game, but it's one of those things where I think it'd be a nice kind of add.
Yeah.
If we can get there.
So I've activated the forest. I brought out another monster.
Oh,
It's a
man.
fireball.
Nice
So
fireballs.
I'm going to
You gonna do it?
go ahead and defeat the fireball. So I get rid of 1 heart permanently. And then I
And
exhaust 2
exhaust
hearts
two
that
more.
I
Yep.
have. And he gives me the ability to refresh all of my swords. I only have 1 to refresh. And then, let's see. I can't purchase, I mean, sorry,
you're
I can't
heart short.
defeat
Can't
any
defeat.
more of those. Yeah.
Yeah, the
And
ghost.
so I'm going to go to,
How much are you, monster?
I know, right?
The only one you brought was the trolls.
Yeah, oh, that's right. Yeah.
So
Gotta
here I'm
pay
going to
across
visit
the
the
bridge.
market
Yeah.
and get 3. And there we go.
Although the moon sprite and the sun sprite, you both actually have to pay a
Yeah.
coin because you're
Yeah.
just kind of like get away from me, little sprite. Here's a buck. Go buy some candy.
Go to the corner store.
That's right. The corner next door at in the land of Kingswood. Okay. I don't even. Oh, God, I'm so short of like stuff.
Yeah, all your resources are exhausted.
Wow, you have a lot of resources.
You really
I know,
do.
but they're all
He's
out.
defeated
Yeah,
2
you have to-
dragons
yeah,
over
that's the
there.
problem.
What do you?
All right. So I think I'm gonna
Don't
do
be looking at
the.
my. Don't
6, 9.
don't
10.
look at all.
Chad said this is public knowledge.
It is public knowledge.
I've
This
got
is public
12.
knowledge.
I've got 12.
It's only
got
public
12.
knowledge. So I'm trying to figure out what the best way to here is, so I can either start at the tavern is definitely going to be the one to start with because I can refresh the 2 hearts I have. They're exhausted.
Oh, yeah.
Question is, do I go? Well, I guess. So here, which side I want to go because then I can pick up 2 here or 1 of each here. 2 swords refreshed or 1 and 1. I think that makes sense. I'm gonna do that. So that will get me 2 back into play, and then I will go this direction, which will then.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Oh wait, no, Chad's moving it. Okay.
And then that
I
will
thought
go there and there.
you thought he blocked you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Aaron
that
blocked
will-
the forest.
Aaron
Chad-
blocked the
Chad
forest.
will-
I opened it up for you.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
thank
all
you,
you,
Chad.
sir.
Thank you. Okay, so let's see here. I don't have
What do you got,
anything to refresh.
3, 6,
But
7,
let me
8,
see what I wanna
9.
buy.
I have 11 points.
Let me see what I
so
want to
I'm
buy
actually
before
Yeah.
I
right
go.
now.
I have
That's
11.
interesting.
He's got 11 too.
11.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
See, Bob's a little bit light on points.
He is.
But
Okay.
because he's got the nice triple set of the ghosts, that could be a nice swing.
Yeah.
if you can
heart's
get it.
not
That could be 3
set
points
up.
right off the bat.
Man, if this was open and the forest was open, I would have been able to grab a ghost and a fireball or an
Yeah.
ice ball. But I can't
Ifs and
get
buts.
access to. I know. I can't get access to another heart. So, question is, what do I want to get access to? And that's going to be $3. Take $3, and then I'm going to exhaust 2 of my hearts and lose 1 of my
Lose a
hearts.
heart.
What are you taking? Fireball or the ice ball? Actually, neither one matter.
Neither one matters.
Yeah, 'cause it's
I did
refreshing
because
books
it's
or
refreshing
swords.
things that I actually
don't-
haven't used.
Yep.
So I want the fireball instead.
Okay.
Just because of pure art.
Guess who is here?
Oh.
It's the
Oh.
Wraith.
All right, so you know who cannot get the Wraith, y'all.
I know.
Bob cannot get the Wraith.
I don't know how I'm going to
Guys.
get this.
You start the market?
Yeah, I did something.
Alright,
Okay. Guys, don't worry about it.
No, just let that
Yeah,
Wraith
it's
sit there.
not-
What do I need
Hold
to
on.
do?
Single heart, Ryan
Oh, you
can't do
I
it.
can't do it.
You can't do it.
Unless she leaves the tavern.
Right.
If she can
yeah.
leave the tavern to get
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
I need to get a book. I've got to find a way to get a book. But I've only got 2
Oh
bucks.
man, this is sad.
Oh man.
I need to go ahead and get this guy. Let's go ahead and do this. Heart and a book. Leave the forest, and then let's go to.
You're paying
I'm
$1
paying-
either way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it costs you $1 to get there.
Get this guy, and then paid $1
To
for
skip.
this space, and then right here I'm going to go ahead and pay $1 to refresh. And
You sure?
If you're only refresh one, you might as well buy a new one.
You might as well
I
buy.
might as well buy a new one.
Yeah,
So.
refreshing
I'm not
one.
trying to help you.
Well, sure. I really want to get over there though.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done.
No move. Oh man, big
Oh.
dragon. Big dragon's
Wow.
out.
Big boy.
So,
Okay.
Six,
And-
and
but
you
we
getting
can't-
$3?
Yeah.
yeah, he's big.
Leave from there.
Well, that's the reason why I
It's
chose
smog.
the forest.
Oh.
So.
So what happened to all that money you had a second ago?
I spent it. I spent all that money.
So that's the thing, right? Like, I mean, the resources, like, you feel like you're stacking up, and then it's like,
Yeah.
and they just suck away from you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very cool.
Well, I'm going to leave from the blacksmith and I'm going to pay a coin. And I'm going to get another sword. And I'm going to go to the tavern and pay $1 to refresh my 2 hearts so that I'm ready to defeat
What I like about
monsters.
this game is that the gameplay loop is so simple and it's not confusing. Newer players are going to be able to jump into this no problem.
Super accessible.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, pretty much, like, even if you didn't explain the game at all, if you were the last one to go, and you saw 2 or 3 people go in front of you, you'd be like, I got
you
it.
can get it,
Yep.
yeah,
let's do it.
for sure.
Yeah.
Right here.
Oh, it's my turn. Oh, man. So here's the question.
Okay.
Can I... So I can't afford... Oh. I got it. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to activate the potion shop. Spend a coin,
Yeah.
which gets me refreshing that. Then I'll spend the coin
No,
to
you don't need to
skip
do that, Chad.
to go into the forest.
Oh, come on, man.
So the question is going to be,
Do you keep the wraith away from?
It's
do
okay.
or do I go get the dragon?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, the dragon is way better.
It's worth. It's like, do I help everybody else?
What would
or-
that put you at?
So
Would that
I'll
put
slip.
you
No,
at-
I'll be short still.
You'll be
but-
But
short,
short
okay.
like 2, right?
Yeah, but it's a lot of resources. So it's going to basically take me
All right.
completely down. So as much as I really want to help everybody out and not allow Bob to get
You
that
need to get that
raid,
dragon.
I gotta look after number 1 right here,
Yes.
and that is going to be
Yes.
getting that dragon, which gets me
That is
$3.
That
$3.
figuratively and literally, that is a
a
monster card.
It
It
is.
really is.
Yeah, it takes a bunch, so you've got to be able to hit that just right with have
Yeah.
6 resources ready to go. But
Did you leave
You
from
left
that
the potion
location?
shop. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, because he paid $1 to skip the market.
yeah,
Okay.
Um.
What you got, Bob?
Okay. So it is. Oh no! Oh, because I fought that guy last time. Wow.
you
Okay.
don't have any.
Yeah, I
Not
gotta
a hearts.
refresh. I gotta refresh here and buy a sword.
So no rate this
So
round.
I'm gonna
Keep it away one more
leave
time.
the tavern, pay a coin, refresh both of my hearts,
Yep.
and then pay a coin to purchase a brand new shiny sword, and I'm gonna block the tavern.
Okay. Let's see.
You're pretty full though. You get like $5.
Yeah, no, I'm
You're
set up for a super turn.
You're ready to get in there, but
Yeah.
you just gotta. Gotta get in
I
there.
really need to. Do I do that with 4?
I'm at 14 points.
You're at 14? Why does it seem like you have
6,
so many
9,
coins?
12, 13, 14.
I am
16.
actually.
16.
I'm actually going to move him from.
Yeah, 16.
This is going to be an interesting move. I'm going to leave the forest, not doing anything,
What?
for the only purpose of blocking the forest for the next player. I'm going to
Good
go
strategic
here.
move. Yeah, Matthias.
For-
The art is very spectacular, and
Yeah.
that is Tristan, who is actually in the chat with you.
Yep.
Did a
And
wonderful
that's
job,
it.
Tristan.
Yep.
Yeah, what's nice about the art, because it is such a family-friendly weight game, we wanted the art to feel very like fantasy, but also not like Magic the Gathering or like dark fantasy. We wanted to keep it very light. And the way that Tristan kind of worked that kind of balance between, like, even the wraiths and the dragons are not like super scary, but it still has a very fun vibe to it.
Yeah. That's right. So we have a designated hitter in for Aaron. Kendall
Joins the house.
So Kendall, what you got going on? You gonna do it?
Yeah.
Okay. Kendall, you've played this a couple times. It is your turn, and you remember all the rules?
I think so.
Okay.
And fortunately, you're being set up. Like, your mom really laid you out well to start the game, because you got a ton of resources, ton of money.
So you can go in here and take the wraith. No,
because you blocked it.
I blocked the forest.
It was because of you.
Purpose.
Yes.
Which means I've got to go, and I can't. So he's going to end up with it.
Yes.
Well,
look,
no,
it's not that many points.
Oh, come on.
It's not that.
I'm
I'm sorry, Holly, that we couldn't zoom in. Is there a particular card you want to see? I know the camera. We wanted to be able to zoom out for to see the whole board. Maybe Ryan can get the camera in there and show some cards up close. Go ahead, Kendall.
Already.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
That's what you do. So you bought in there a sword,
So
and
we're
then
going to
bought
try
a
to
heart.
This is the wraith.
Oh, no.
This is some of
And
the
that
artwork.
can-
Our camera's struggling to, I don't know why. We've got lights everywhere here, so I don't know why it's struggling with focusing. Come on, camera. All right, it just does not want to. It just said, I don't even care. So anyway, that's the Wraith card. You see Wraith and Goblin Gang and the Ice Ball, and then you've got, here's some of the cards that I've already received. You've got a Sun Sprite here. There we go. Oh, it focused for a minute.
There's literally
There's
no way I can keep you from getting that Wraith.
No,
So,
there's not.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
You've got Moon
Like
Sprite.
this, no matter how I do it, I can't
It's
block
only,
it.
let's see, it should be 6.
It'd be 6 points. It's the same as me getting the dragon, basically.
Yeah, so it'll take me to 15.
Yep.
And I'll feel comfortable.
That's some of the cards.
All right. So I guess I'll just. I got. Oh man, I gotta do something. Here we go. I'm gonna activate the market.
Oh, that's awesome, Tristan. I will definitely check that blog out for sure.
So market gets me $3. I'll go to the potion shop.
A blog to
Spend
show
$1.
some of the art from the concept for finished cards.
Excellent.
That's awesome.
Excellent.
Yeah, actually, so Tristan mentioned that today. We were when I pulled off. So what's awesome? Like, I was driving from Atlanta down here to Columbus, and that's like an hour and 45 ish kind of drive, hour and 30 or 45. And so when I left the house, we were, I think, a couple $100 or so short of funding. And I started driving, and I lost I'm driving, so I'm good. I don't check my phone when I'm driving, and I get the map thing going. And so, I wasn't watching the Kickstarter page at all. So I'm just cruising along, and all of a sudden, like, my wife texts me, and I get a couple of text messages, like, it funded, and I was like, what? So I pulled over and stopped, pulled the Kickstarter page up, saw it funded, wrote a quick comment. And actually, then I started talking to Tristan and Henry and Thomas. Thomas does a lot of the art direction for this. Does some of the graphic design work as well. Another 21st Century Games behind the scenes person. And Tristan was like, hey, I should write a blog and kind of show some of the concept, early stuff, and kind of the progression that we went through to kind of get to the final cards. And that's going to be a really, really fun look. Because it's seeing that because I've seen, like, some of these location cards, we had a drastically different view of what they were going to look like than what they are today.
Hey, Kendall, can you pass me a couple of other location cards?
Yeah, you want to show some of those locations.
Yeah.
All right, Chad, did
right
you
there.
finish your turn?
Oh, here they are.
Yep.
I'm done. Yeah,
Okay, excellent.
Left the market,
Excellent.
went potion shop, starting to build up my resources, and now the market's blocked for you. It doesn't matter because I know what you're going to do.
Yes, exactly.
The
So
bakery
I
here.
should probably
Let's
purchase.
see if I can get it. There it is.
another-
Bakery card right there.
Let's see, what's the best? You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and purchase a heart.
You see
So I'm gonna pay
King's
$1
Castle.
to purchase this heart right here. Fly all the way around there. Grab a heart on my way into
I'm a
the
big fan
forest.
of the Wizard's Tower. That one's
And then
creepy looking,
Going
really
to
cool.
do that. King
course you are.
here. Exhaust a heart, and 2 books.
Gets the raid.
Get the raid.
Of course.
You're not done though, are you?
And no, I'm not
Put those in
done.
that box.
I'm just putting the wraith over top of the ghosts there.
I think you got.
And then I have a heart and a sword,
oh,
which I'm going to exhaust. and I'm going to defeat the Goblin Gang as well for 2 more. And I'm not trying to brag here, Ryan, but that's at 17 points.
What?
17 points.
All right.
So are you done?
So he's done. You left the tavern, right?
Turned. Yeah, I
Okay.
blocked the tavern.
Oh, Goblin Bully's
Goblin
out.
Bully. So that's the Goblin Gangs.
And
with
they're a
the
dragon.
bonus,
Yep, and
which I have multiple Goblin Gangs. So
Yeah, I've only got one.
let's
So,
see if I can do
Kendall has
it.
one.
I can't do that. Okay. All right. So, wow. And you already put the King's Guard?
It was moved.
Okay.
It's set up for you.
Oh, this is
I
not
gotta
good.
get some points this round.
I'm stuck, guys. I really should.
see, I'm real close.
Yeah,
But
But I
so
have
close.
all of my resources
Yeah,
are
yeah.
exhausted.
So you hit that like you kind of spike.
Yeah.
Now you're empty, and you go like.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what
You're at
I'm gonna do.
17.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
17.
Yeah, what's
So
That's
I'm
what I
gonna
meant.
leave this location. I paid $2. Paid $1. Refresh all of these. So I'm actually, yeah, that's the right decision. And then I'm gonna get $4. So that's
Wow.
my special ability. So 3,
I see what you're
4.
doing.
Yeah.
Okay. Getting
Oh,
loaded
so
up.
now next turn, like you are set. Like you,
So-
unless you need a bunch of hearts because you
Yeah,
are
that's
heart
the
light.
problem. I'm heart light. Okay. Your turn, Ken. Don't get that. Don't get that.
Oh yeah, because you got a couple of them, right?
Yeah, he's
you,
got.
You're
he's
the one that's got
two
the
over
most.
there, yeah.
Everybody else has
I've
got
two
one.
over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So. All right. All right.
I just go
Remember,
right?
we are coming to the end of the game. If you comment in the comment section of the live stream here on Facebook, we are giving away a copy of Kingswood, the standard Kickstarter edition from 25th Century Games. So be sure to comment, say something in the comments, and we are going to
Did you
pick
get
a
it?
winner by
Yes.
Also, head over to, I think Ryan put a link in
Yeah.
head over to the Kickstarter campaign page and check out all the artwork over there.
Yes.
And see some more mechanics. There's some reviews
this
that
one?
Chad and the guys have
Yeah,
up on
I
that
think so.
page. And check that out and, make a pledge,
Yeah.
It's only $25 for the standard version.
U.S. shipped free.
And, ship free.
Which is awesome.
Which is phenomenal. And it was $40 for the deluxe, and that's unheard of.
Yeah.
$40 for the deluxe. These tokens right here, all wooden.
Yeah.
Metal coins.
And you like that deluxified.
I do.
Yeah.
I deluxify everything.
All right, yeah. The TMG has like a trademark, deluxified,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like
My deluxified
So-
Yokohama is awesome.
yeah, like all the TMG's like deluxified
Yeah.
stuff is
Yeah.
awesome. Like
I missed the Crusaders one, but
so, the Crusaders deluxe version I do have, but I missed, and I really regret never backing the Orleans deluxified version. That was one I
I still have
regret.
never played that. So that's
All right,
cool.
you did you go?
Yep. She.
Oh, that's right, because she got the Goblin
Yep.
Bully.
yes.
So,
Okay.
take that Goblin Bully. Don't do
Yes.
that.
Oh, so here's going to be the question: Do
Oh,
I?
man.
Because I got 17, I could trigger the end game. Question is, are you guys going to be able to best me, or should I wait around
Yeah.
and build up?
When someone hits 20,
It goes all the way.
it
to
goes
the
all the way
player.
to the original first player.
Yeah,
right?
so-
okay, cool. So
Aaron
Aaron
touched
ended
Kendall was the
it.
start.
All of us would get a turn.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why. So if I end it now, both of you guys will get a turn.
Okay.
And have a chance at.
And that does the same. That's the same thing from how Space Park does it as well, right?
That way, everybody has equal number.
Yeah. Everybody has equal number of turns. Yep.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna do it. Let's see if the points will hold up. I'm gonna leave the academy. I'll pay $1, get myself a new book, and I'm gonna go into the forest. So I will.
Oh, the forest. What do we have here? Small dragon, goblin gang, and ice ball.
So I will exhaust a heart, sword, and a book.
Getting that
Grab the
dragon.
small dragon,
Fought so many dragons.
which then refreshes a sword. It's the first monster I've defeated thanks to my silver shield special ability.
Did you get a dollar?
Then, I get $1.
Yeah.
And then now I will take out the goblin gang with a sword and a
man.
heart.
He's wiping it out.
Wow.
And then that's my turn. So that will trigger in.
Does that put you on 20 on the dot?
I've got 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 22.
Oh, there's no way.
22 points.
There's no way I can do this.
Well, let's see what comes out though.
Yeah.
Big troll boss.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
wait,
the
hold on,
giant
hold on,
comes
hold on.
out.
1, 2, 3,
Big
1, 2,
giant.
3, 4, 5.
Giant worth 5 points.
Oh,
Refreshes 2 hearts when you
no.
kill it. So
Okay, no, I can get. Oh, I can
you
grab.
got?
I can grab. Okay, man. I can go to 20 on the dot.
Oh, you know what?
I can go to 20.
Oh man, if you had just one of those hearts refreshed, because this is gonna the Giant's gonna refresh.
Oh yeah.
two of your
refresh
hearts.
too.
So it would have actually, if you had
Yeah.
one heart active right now, that would have been. Oh man, if either one of those had a meeple on it,
Yeah.
you could actually have gotten both.
oh,
Because you could just teleport with your ability.
Yeah, because my ability. Well, I might
Actually,
as
no,
well.
you could even get the troll boss.
That's what I'm
Oh,
doing.
the troll boss and the.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
You just can't get the ice ball with it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I will do that, but that's gonna stop Ryan because
It will block.
it'll block.
It'll block Ryan.
Yep. So I'm gonna leave there. I will fight the troll boss. I'll pay the troll boss. I'll bribe him with all 5 of my money, and he will come to me. And that puts me at 20. That gets blocked, and there's no sense in me doing that action, right? Because now I can't even do it. I'm out of
What
money.
does that mean? That one?
So for the potion shop, if you spend a coin, you can refresh
One of each type.
of each resource type: sword, heart, and book.
Yeah. These other locations, the starting locations, you can pay 1 to refresh all of one type of resource. That'll let you do 1 of each type.
Want to spread it out a little bit.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So then that's it, and then you are
I
blocked.
can't.
Can't do it.
Beat
Can't
anything,
do
so
nothing.
we're
Blocked
done.
you.
We're done.
You win
All
the
right, so-
much money award.
you are certainly the most cash flow.
Even though that's not how you play the game.
Right. So we ended up.
Even better.
So we ended up with. So you ended up with 20 points.
Yeah, I ended up
So,
with
so you
20.
actually would have triggered it if I hadn't done it. You'd have triggered
Yeah.
it. Which
But
means
would I have though?
maybe. Well,
I
as
don't
long as
know.
the force would have been
Because
open,
I
you could've done it.
needed these refreshed because, I mean.
We still
I
got
would've-
20.
Yeah,
Like, so
I get
you would have triggered it if I didn't.
Yeah.
Which means I never would have gone again.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
Right? Because it would have ended with
That's
Ryan.
right.
So I
You
had
wouldn't
I
have.
had to trigger.
Oh
otherwise I
yeah,
wasn't
good
gonna win.
move. Good
Yeah,
move.
and then so Ryan ended up with 17.
17. Yes.
17. Kendall, what'd you have? So you had, let's see.
Any
You had
special
2,
rolls?
5, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16. Yes, so 16, 17.
16,
Wow,
17,
That's
20,
close.
22.
That's a close
That's
one.
good balance.
That was close.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the only thing we didn't see, so the genie didn't come out to the very bottom of the
And the
deck.
second wraith.
And the second wraith, and one more little ghost was in there. That was the last 4 we didn't see.
What did the rate was too hard? Yeah, I wouldn't be able to get
See,
it.
that's what I was talking about in the beginning of the game. These guys, like the Giant and the Genie, those guys are tough. You better be ready when they come out, because otherwise, it's you can't do anything about it. So, so now we have come to the point in time. Of course, Chad is our winner today. Bob, second place. Thank you. And then now we need to know who won this copy of Kingswood. So, Kendall, number 1 through 16, please. 1 through 16.
Pick a number between
Just pick a
and
number.
16.
1 through 16.
6.
6. Who's 6?
Okay, let's see. Holly Bundy.
Holly Bundy wins a
Holly
copy.
Bundy.
Holly Bundy winning a copy of Kingswood from 25th Century Games. So, once again, thank you so much for joining us on the live stream. Again, Kingswood, Kingswood.games. You head over there, jump on this Kickstarter. This is going to be a great value for your money. If you have not jumped on a game on Kickstarter before, this is something that you definitely need to jump into. So, Holly, we will get with you after the live stream. Thank you so much for joining us. And Chad, thank you so much for joining us.
This was awesome. Thanks
Yeah.
for everybody watching. This was fun playing. And actually meeting out the first time. We've actually we've been talking for
2 years.
like 2 years, and even though we're like an hour and a half away, we actually never met.
Yeah, right.
So because even cons, we miss each other. Like
Yes.
I'm at something, you're not at something, and so this has
So
been all
yeah,
the time.
so we're excited. We're going to be at a couple conventions with you this year,
Yep.
and so this will be fun. Bob, have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your gaming weekend. Kendall, thank you for jumping in as a pinch hitter.
You did well.
So, yeah. So until next time, we will see you at the table.